Welcome to American Entrepreneurial Challenge 2021 online competition. We are very excited that you all are joining us. My name is Kelly Kiyadara and I'm going to be your host for today. I'm from the US and I have been a part of AEC since 2019, both as a judge and creator of the Pitch Perfect workshop. This is the third of 4 semifinals in which the best finished primary school and upper secondary school teams will pitch their business idea to you and our judges from across the country. The judges will choose the best teams from each semifinal to make it to the finals, where they will compete against each other in their own categories. From the third upper secondary school semifinals, there will be 3 teams securing their place in the finals. The teams competing today are from Helsinki and Espoo. In the finals, the judges will decide on the 3 winning teams that will be awarded with financial support for the development of the business idea and mentoring. This online competition is organized by the U.S. Embassy in collaboration with Tribe Tampere. Before we begin, we would like to say a big thank you to all our partners who helped us to realize this event in such challenging times. Also, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to follow us on Instagram and Snapchat at AEC Finland and become part of our journey. And now, let's introduce the jury. Today we have Mona Ismail, President at Aalto Entrepreneurship Society. Lotta Ekblad, Vice President at Laurea Entrepreneurship Society. William Engblom, Co-President at Honken Entrepreneurship Society. And Nazanin Barapour, Deputy Public Affairs Officer at U.S. Embassy in Helsinki, joining us. Great to have you all here today. But before we begin, we have William Couch, Public Affairs Officer at the U.S. Embassy in Helsinki, with a little opening remark for you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Bill Couch. I'm the Public Affairs Officer here at the United States Embassy in Helsinki. I just want to take a moment to wish all the teams today the best of luck. We look forward to hearing about your entrepreneurial spirit. And don't be nervous. Just have fun with this. You know, at the Embassy, we've been supporting this entrepreneurship challenge for 7 years now. And we never fail to be impressed with the incredibly great ideas that the young people in Finland come to us with. So have fun with this. I want to thank everyone who's involved, our judges today, also Tribe Tampere for your organization and expert guidance on helping make this successful as a virtual event this year. Look forward to seeing you all soon. Good luck.
Seven teams from upper secondary schools in the capital area competing against each other. Each team will have 3 minutes to pitch, following with a 5-minute Q&A session held between the jury and teams. After the first round of pitches, we will have a 10-minute break. After all teams have pitched, the jury will make their decision on who will move on to the finals and have a chance to compete for the winning prize. And now let's get right into it. Our first team is Technology for the Arctic from Espoo. Enjoy!
Everyone, we are Team Technology for Arctic. We're studying in the biology on a big rock in Espoo. Hi, my name is Anna Ivanova. In the team, I'm programmer in Android Studio and team leader. Hi, I'm Sofia, and in our team, I'm engineer. And I do business and Arctic part.
Yeah, we're also a long parking report influence with human factor on ship accident, the complexity of communication and information transfer. On this slide you can see the 4 main objects of our system. It is ship itself, a virtual reality glasses, captain and LoRa device. All the objects in our system connected by one Wi-Fi network. In the future for this we will use LoRa. When the rotation of captain's head changes, the camera changes also. Now, by an example of a situation, I will tell you how it will work approximately. For the beginning, we will install data collection system on all large objects in the ocean and on the ships also. When we will drive through a difficult situation, the data will collect it to the captain glasses, and he will see how he need to act to go through this difficult situation. For example, in the case of a ship stuck in the Suez Canal, our system will be relevant today. We created a system that allows us to obtain images in glasses for virtual reality from 3 cameras, depending on the rotation of the head. The model was printed on a 3D printer. We used 3D cameras and virtual reality glasses. The application was written in Java in Android Studio. On the video you can see how it works. From the start I show how it looks in the application, but when I put on the glasses the picture merges into one for me, and if I turn the phone the picture changes. Speak about the business part of our project. Our target audience is a company in transportation in the Arctic. Business model which relates to our project, either B2B or B2G. We will sell a technology system to assist in ship management. Time to speak about the result of our project. Let's do it. In our project we showed the possibility of using new technology in the Arctic. Yeah, for this we made a model of a ship with 3 camera and combined it with application in the phone. And using gyroscope in the phone, we read the angle of rotation of the head and output the corresponding camera and date in the virtual reality glasses. What we will do next? Well, we will improve our project and install it to a small ship.
The technology for the Arctic team, and I would say let's start with the Q&A for you.
Let's start. Hello. Hello.
By the way, do we have also William in here?
I think William had little bit issues with his computer.
All right, then I would say we just start with the others.
Yeah, well, hey, thank you for the pitch. First of all, I would love to ask what school are you guys from? And then I would love to hear a bit more about your product, because I don't know if my sound was bugging, I didn't quite understand it. So if you can pitch it like in 30 seconds, like the overall of the product.
Okay, we will try. We're from Italia Tapiola Lucabi. Short it is ETIS. Maybe you know it's from Espoo and we live. So, okay, I will try to pitch our project. Okay, we have 2 parts in our project. It is first part, it is the ship itself, and second part, it is a LoRa device. So we in future we will connect to this part, but now it's work independent. In this part we have 4 cameras, and from these cameras we get the images, and we send these images in our application in the phone, which was written in Android Studio. And when we get like images, we see on rotation of capital head. If rotation is tender rotation or left or right, we will turn the camera. When Turner, we use his camera, and when he turned his head, we use his camera and show it in the application. And what about LoRa? It's like it is system use which we will collect different dates. For example, weather, temperature, and another dates what necessary for shipping in the ocean. So.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
I have a question for you guys. So first of all, thank you guys for your pitch. Very interesting idea. My question is, who are your competitors, or do you have an understanding of the market that you're looking at?
From target audience, it is the big company who like make trades in the Arctics. They need to go for the Arctics. I think like Norway, Finland, who have connected to this part of ocean, and for that some things they especially in the winter time, we need to some system that will help them to do it. Because now without accidents, no, like big company.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies, for the presentation. And so I have a question to you regarding like how you would proceed with this idea, because I see you already like you're very far with like planning and developing your idea. So what would be the next steps for you? Like how do you proceed? Let's say, for example, especially if you would get some funding to support your idea, what happens next?
Okay, since we live in Helsinki, we want to tie our system in the ship, but in the port of Helsinki, and we will put it in the real ship and small ship, and tie how it's work in the real situation. It will actually useful for person who sit inside the ship and have maybe we need something else to do with our project to do it the best with this system. So first step will be testing this system, and next we will continue develop it and make more application function for easy to work with our application and continue to work with a big company. So, and of course, we will get more dates to analyze more dates and more camera and more yes, and everything will work different.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan. Thank you for your concise response.
Yeah, all right. Thank you so much to you guys. And I would say we're going to update William later, and he's going to watch your pitch again so he can also get an idea of it. And I would say we're going to go back to Kali for the second pitch. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Michelle, and thank you, Technology for the Arctic, for that great pitch. And thank you to the jury. Next up, we have Team Drip Drop from Helsinki. Enjoy.
Our team, Drip Drop, has conceptualized a game called Arctic Countdown. Here you can see our game logo illustrated by me, Avishai Goyal.
Our team consists of 3 members, which are Avishai Goyal, Leo Huang, and Maria Bebe Albareda, and we are all from Resto IB.
What is our aim? During the last 30 years, ice caps in the Arctic have been melting at a rapid rate of 13% per decade. Our goal is to raise awareness and inform people what they can do to reduce their carbon footprint. There are many problems arising in the Arctic that can be solved by stopping the ice caps from melting so quickly. Some of these problems include nations fighting over natural resources, the extinction of animal species, especially birds and marine mammals, fighting for Arctic trade routes, Arctic tourism, which increases pollution in the region exponentially, rising sea levels that affect the whole world, the loss of fish and the Arctic fishing industry, and ancient microbes trapped in the glaciers that are melting, which may cause a new world pandemic. Our ideas help raise awareness of these problems and what people can do in their everyday lives to take action and prevent them.
This is our game plan. Our game teaches its players how to make greener choices which they can implement in their daily life. In the game, players make their character do small real-world missions that decrease their overall ecological footprint. Players achieve points for making greener choices and move on to higher levels. They can also donate money in order to have a direct monetary impact in the real world. The target audience of our game is Generation Z, since they have shown to be the most concerned about climate change and are the second highest donating group for environmental causes, right behind millennials.
10% of our users' donations will be taken out to cover the maintenance costs of our app. The rest will be combined into big investments for companies that aim to stop global warming. Our investments are meant to slow down glaciers from melting rather than gaining profit. The possible profits produced from investments along with the leftovers will be donated to other non-profit organizations with the same target, in order to further slow down global warming and form good ties for future collaborations. We will also look for investments and sponsorships from other organizations and governments, as well as being open for aid. The market currently is large and keeps on growing. In 2019, there were several climate strikes in Finland, with the number of participants ranging from 3,000 all the way to 20,000, and these are all our potential customers. There are other games also trying to inspire people to make greener choices, but we are taking it a step further by providing our users with the opportunity to have a direct real-life impact through donations. Our app will be found on app stores and advertised through social media, websites, after-sales, and other organizations such as the Finnish IB Society. Thank you.
All right. So hi to the team Drip Drop. Nice to have you here today. And I would say we're also going straight into your Q&A. Make sure also to turn on your microphones. Yes, perfect. So who wants to start from the judges? Just go ahead.
I can start.
Okay,
Can you
William.
hear me? Can you hear me now, by the way? I had
Yes,
to
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I joined by my phone here. But hey, it was, first of all, what you're doing, I find it really, really interesting, and it's really nice seeing that you are trying to tackling the problem regarding the Arctics with like gamifying, building a game for about this whole concept, which I find quite fascinating. What I have maybe something for you to more of like think of. I think what you're doing is nice, or we should say it like this. My first question is, how much do you believe developing this kind of app would cost?
So we were thinking that we would ask like the students from IB1, IB2, and then we also asked the IT person, the one in like, yeah, the IT teacher in our school, Mika Spora, and he said that he was willing to help us, but then we have to like talk about the details later, after knowing like how much financial support we'll get from you and stuff like that.
All right,
During
yeah.
IB, sorry, also during IB, we have to do this program, which is CAS, which is Creativity, Activity, and Service. And we were thinking that doing this sort of app would count for CAS points. So we could ask our classmates to help us. Also, they would get financial, like for doing the activity, they would receive pay, but they could also count for CAS points.
All right, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, perhaps I can add on to that. I agree with William. This is a really, really great idea by you guys. I see that you understand the market and the customers, as you said, that the younger people are actually basing their decisions on their values. So I can see that the gamified version will kind of like interact, and they will kind of like realize themselves when they're playing the game that with little activities they can actually help towards the cause. So I really like your idea. I had the same question actually as William. So if you guys realized how much it actually costs to develop an app, also with the game, were you thinking that you guys would build it yourself, like as students, you would develop it, or how would that work? You said that you had your IT school teacher, but do you think that this would be a game that you would build with like with your schoolmates, or are you actually thinking of maybe getting someone that knows how to code and knows how to create a game?
So basically we have like some prior knowledge in coding, of course, but it's not as that great to make an entire app. So we were thinking that we would hire some people in our school that we know that can do coding. And again, like we mentioned, we would, tell them that they would get these CAS points for doing it. And we also have some contact with some other IT teachers, both from like our past middle schools and Lukio right now, which would be interested in helping us.
And we would further develop the app depending on the success of the beginning trial. Because if this app does become successful, it could raise awareness exponentially. And we would further give access to different scenarios that could affect your everyday life, but would affect the environment more.
Yeah, I like that you guys have already spoken with the school and trying to get the credits, because that could get like other students involved. Just one takeaway is that the game would definitely also suit younger people, like even the ones that are in 7th grade, to just like play and kind of like raise awareness. So I think that it has wide potential. So really great idea.
Yeah, thank you. Maybe we still have a quick comment from the others, or a question you really want to ask the team.
Yes, I actually have one thing. Like, I think you already gave very good answers, and we have very good understanding of your idea. One thing, like, because this is a very like passion project in a way. So, what really inspired you to take this path, like create this business idea?
Well, we've obviously like everyone else, we've been reading the statistics about how like during the last 30 years, ice caps in the Arctic have been melting at like a really rapid rate. But like obviously we're here in Finland, and we've actually seen from our very own eyes that like last winter only lasted for a week, and it was like that's never happened before, and we wanted to do something about it. So
And the
yeah.
weather has become so warm during the summer, which also in Finland is rare. And we're seeing the environmental impact that global warming is having directly. And we live next to the Arctic, so we're like worried about the problem and prospects.
Yeah, thank you. I think what you do is it's very, very, very good job.
Yeah, very nice thoughts. And I would say we're going to end the Q&A right here. Thank you to the team, and we're giving it back to Kelly now. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Team Drip Drop. What a catchy name for that great pitch, and thank you to the jury. Next up, we have the swap market from Espoo. Enjoy.
My name is Aditya.
And I'm Sami.
And I'm Jonathan.
And we are from Etelä-Tapiola and IB High School. Together, we have come up with the idea of the swap market, a skill-sharing game. The idea came to us because in the IB, we have a program called CAS, where students have to do extracurriculars in the areas of creativity, activity, and service. The idea is to balance academics in high school with extracurriculars. The main problems are that students end up simply trying to complete the required hours to pass the CAS program without any actual engagement. They also find it difficult to find other students to collaborate with on projects. While you can force participation, you cannot force engagement. Our solution that we've come up with is to gamify extracurriculars. To do this, we've thought of the swap market, a skill exchange game. In our game, students can earn credits or swap coins for teaching different skills and can then use those credits for learning skills. Drawing on Daniel Pink's theory, people are more motivated if they have a sense of mastery, autonomy, rewards, and purpose while learning.
We're hoping for our product to eventually reach IB high school students around Scandinavia and even the world, but initially, to reach a firm user base, we are targeting the product to the 5 IB high schools of the Uusimaa region. We eventually also want to expand away from the IB, possibly adding more language possibilities, expanding into Finnish high schools. Our product is a free online skill learning game where users make their own profiles and describe the skills that they can teach and ones that they want to learn. Students then trade a virtual currency by tutoring skills to other users, earning swap coins by teaching skills, and spending them by booking learning sessions. Swap will first be available as a website, which we actually have already begun working on, and later on expanded into mobile app form. Our initial marketing plan is to advertise our product to our 5 targeted IB high schools through contacting their IB coordinators. These coordinators will allow us to pitch the idea to their students personally. Later on, as we have a steady user base, we will use targeted social media platforms to market to our targeted audience through methods of viral marketing.
Management will be divided into 3 main roles. Jonathan will take the role of head of marketing, while I will take the role of head of finance, and Aditya will take the role of head of technology. The largest expenses the business will incur are initial development costs. However, we plan to minimize these by keeping as much of the development in-house as possible. The day-to-day costs of running the business are minimal, as hosting is cheap and a majority of marketing will be done directly in connection with schools. Finance can be sought in many ways, such as from grants from local governments or income from working with other companies. In the long run, the app would help increase interaction between high school students across Finland and the IB on a global scale, connect students for events such as the Vanhointanssit, and allow students to find partners to collaborate with on projects and volunteering efforts. Thank you for listening. Let's play Swap.
Right, welcome to this Q&A to the swap market. Make sure also to unmute yourself, and I would say then we can start.
Yep, we're here, we're ready.
All right, perfect. Hi. So who wants to start from the judges this time? Just feel free to speak up.
Okay. I'll chime in. First of all, I want to congratulate you guys. Very clear presentation. It's obvious that you guys have given it a lot of thought with the business plan. One question for you: why the focus for this app just within the IB network? Is the idea just that that's a place that you would start and then expand it, or?
Yeah, so as you know, we are in an IB high school, and we came up with this idea because we have to complete the CAST program. And that's where we found this sort of problem that we were facing of actually completing it and finding skills and finding people to collaborate with. So that's where we got the idea. And we initially started with just targeting IB. And after that, after we get starting users, we would then expand further into Finnish schools, as we are in Finland, and after that expand to IB high schools around the world, and then after that just keep more expanding to other countries.
All right, very nice. One of the others, you have a question? Lotta.
Yes, I have a question. So thank you for a very good presentation. I love how you went into the details, and it was very easy and clear to understand, and also that you already had done the expense calculations. One thing, I might have just missed it, what was the format, how you generate income on this?
Well, we were developing this as a non-profit organization, but we have ways to monetize if needed, or perhaps in future developments.
For example, working with other companies or displaying ads, or even having a subscription-based system on the site that gives you extra perks to customize.
Yeah, it's good to have some income, if you want to do marketing, and so that you can keep it sustainable in the long run, also for you guys to continue working on it. What else? Where do you see that your business idea would be 6 months and 1 year from now?
So perhaps after 6 months, we would have hopefully hit maybe all the IB schools in the Uusimaa region. Maybe after 1 year, we would have started getting into that Finnish schools, not just IB schools, and started spreading it more around Finland, not just the Uusimaa region.
Yeah, it sounds like a very viable plan. Thank you for your responses.
I have here a question or a statement. I think it's good that you start with IB. But one question regarding your name, since your name Swap Market, because since I'm a student at Hanken, where we study finance, it's swap is like a financial derivative, and swap market is a whole other area. And as a finance student, it's a little bit you should maybe consider perhaps changing your name to something similar, because people might get confused with this like huge financial derivatives market that is called the swap market.
Yeah, we can definitely look into that. The way we came up with our name was that we thought of the idea of swapping and exchanging skills, which would work that people could teach someone and exchange, they would learn and they can do the same. So it's peer-to-peer.
Yeah, I see where the name comes from, but just like for you to be aware of this, that that might get a bit confusing for some people.
Thank you for your suggestion.
Yeah, I agree, and it could just be maybe the swap. That also sounds pretty cool without the mark. But I agree, you guys had a really great pitch and a really great deliverance. So and already great questions were asked. So I don't really have anything to add, but I'm sure if you guys put continuous effort in it, although it's a course that you did it in, I believe that it could actually become something that the students would like to use.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe the team still wants to say a sentence, or are we done? You still have anything burning you want to tell the judges?
Well, we do have another plan, perhaps further down the line, that we would be collaborating with other organizations, other nonprofit organizations like the UN, perhaps on their free rice, which is basically where people can do these little activities online, and the UN actually donates rice. And we were thinking we could collaborate with them on that to help donate to some people in need.
Yeah, very great idea. Let's see how this turns out, and I wish you the best of the luck. And I would say thank you for the Q&A, also to the judges, to the team, and we're giving it back to Kelly. Thank you.
Thank you to the swap market for that fantastic pitch, and of course, thank you, jury. Next up, we have Urmus Rings from Helsinki. After this, we'll take a 10-minute break. Enjoy.
Hi, my name is Antto Rahanen. And my name is Emil Torri, and together we present to you Urmus Rings, a great way to capture memory and feel good about it. So, you might have been in a situation where your friend or family member is hosting a birthday party or such, and you think to yourself that you must buy an unforgettable and nice present for him or her. So, we at Urmus Rings have made the perfect present for you.
So, we manufacture handmade Finnish quality wooden rings that are all handmade and personalized.
We manufacture them out of the national tree of Finland, the birch. We polish them in Finnish materials and make them affordable for almost anybody.
And all of our rings are ecological. They are all packaged in a recyclable packaging.
And a wooden ring holds a power that a metallic ring cannot. It holds a special sentimental value that you can give to your loved one.
Thank you for listening. Hope to see you soon in ASE.
All right, welcome to the Q&A. Urmus Rings, hi, nice to have you here.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah, of course. We're excited that you're here, and I would say we'll start straight away with the Q&A for you.
So I can go first. Thank you guys for a great presentation, and I love your idea. It sounds very cool. I want to know, like, where did you get the inspiration for this from?
Well, basically, we love rings and clothing, accessories, and a bunch, and we thought of something in like times like the pandemic where you really would like to help struggles for environment and the earth as a whole. So we thought about making wooden rings. It's not really that complicated, to be honest.
So are you two producing the rings yourself?
Yeah, we have a few associates with us, but we too came to this ASC competition, but we have 4 associates with us and we manufacture them by hand.
Nice. So what is the process like? If I may ask, like how do you get the raw materials for this, and how long does it take to make one ring, and how do you distribute them?
So we buy the materials from our friend's dad. He's a
basically woodsmith.
And so then we buy the material from him. It's like a rare birch that is really rare, and then we make them by hand in school in the handwork class, and then we like sell them. Right now we sell them on social media, but we are looking for our own website, and yeah.
Okay, nice. And what is currently, at what price have you been selling them?
Well, at the moment, where it takes us a long time making the rings, we're selling one wooden ring for 35 euros. And we also offer engraving for 10 euros extra. So you can engrave anything, a word or a date inside the ring.
Okay, nice. Thank you. And over to the other judges.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, hey, thank you for your pitches. I liked it. It was straight to the point. So I have a few questions. First, what school are you guys from? And the second one is to continue from Lotta. How many have you actually sold with the rings? I think that it's a really nice idea. And in gift shops, I think one kind of like thing that could perhaps help you guys is people love stories. So you can sell a wooden ring for 35 euros, but if it has a story, like you sell from from a wood material, which is a really sentimental material here in Finland. So if you have like a really good story, you can even sell it for 60 euros or 70 euros. So it's all about branding in a sense. But yeah, I want to know, what school are you guys from, and how many have you sold thus far?
Yeah, so we are from Lauttasaaren yhteiskoulu, and we have right now sold about 24 rings. And actually today we sold 5 rings, so it was a great day for us.
Great.
Yeah, very nice to hear. Let's see if the day continues like this. One of the other judges also wants to or have some questions for the team.
Yes, cool idea. Are you thinking about maybe in the future somehow outsourcing, or do you know, is there any kind of outsourcing opportunities of making these rings that you maybe not in the future have to yourself like manufacture them, and you can focus maybe on the business perspective trying to grow it? Have you thought about that?
Yeah, well, at the moment we're reaching for independency from the facilities in school. We're just starting to make the rings at home fully. And at the moment we have about a couple dozen rings ready. So we're moving on to the story, as Mona said, and then more developing the brand as a whole.
All right.
And what would be your website's name, by the way, so we can check it out when it comes?
Like probably like Urmus Rings.
Urmus Rings, okay.
Yeah, maybe you should save already the IP address just in case.
Yeah, we want to show you. We have like our packaging is like recyclable and environmental friendly, so it like looks like this. We have a Urmus sticker there, and it's very fancy.
Nice. And is your Instagram Urmus Rings?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. We will follow you guys.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very nice. Okay, thank you so much to the team for the Q&A. I hope you had fun, and we're go back to Kelly, and then we have a 10-minute break. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Urmus Rings, for that awesome pitch. I'm seeing some familiar faces here. And thank you to the jury. We hope you enjoyed the first 4 pitches. All of the teams did a fantastic job. Now we'll go into a short break, and we'll see you back here in 10 minutes. And welcome back. We hope you had a chance to get up and stretch your legs a little. We're going right back into the last 3 pitches. First up, we have SNR from Helsinki. Enjoy.
Hi, I think you're familiar with all the food service apps which can either deliver food to your house or be against the waste of food. So me, Nicholas, Saben, and Rina have combined those 2 things and made them into one. So our easy to use app is about being more sustainable with our packaging and delivery, and just being against the waste of food. In Finland, the food industry and retail produces around 460 million kilograms of waste food every year. So our app informs customers about the prepped meals which are ready to be delivered to their footsteps. The app will provide sustainable delivery and packaging which can be recycled or reused by the customer or the restaurant itself. Our delivery will be executed with bikes and sometimes with cars, because in the winter time you really can't use bikes, as you know. So this is doable by flexible working hours, and where the worker can choose their certain area where they want to work and the times they want to work in.
At the beginning of 2019, there were at least 103,000 people from a foreign background registered to live in Helsinki. Also, 15.7% of the population were registered to have a different mother tongue than Finnish or Swedish. Our app is multilingual, including multiple language choices for our customers to choose from. AAW will make a wider range of people feel included. Our app will work with different types of restaurants and cafeterias that are keen on reducing their food waste. Our app won't only help people by offering them meals for a lower price, but also will help the cafeterias and restaurants to get publicity. By being on board with our app, the restaurants will get a positive image onto their names, and the people will be more willing to try new restaurants with positive expectations.
Our target audience are people who would like to make their everyday lives a bit easier when they don't have time to prepare lunch or dinner. So this would be people who work regular hours and students. First time using the app, the customer will register putting their likes and dislikes onto our system and write down their possible allergies. This way, the app only suggests restaurants that fit the customer the best, and the waste food at the restaurant won't end up being waste food at your home. It doesn't have to be so complicated. We, Riina, Saben and Niklas from Helsinki Upper Secondary School of Languages, offer an easy to use but advanced waste food app.
All right. Hi to the SNR team. Great to have you here. I see you're joining from different computers. All right, perfect. So I would say we're going to start with the Q&A for you.
Yes. So first off, thank you guys for your presentation. It's always nice to see entrepreneurship ideas that have a nice social angle. So maybe my question is more of a clarification, so that I understand, is your app something similar to like a Wolt or Foodora app that connects people with restaurants, but then it's specifically restaurants that where food is about to go bad? Is that the idea? Or maybe you can clarify a little bit.
All the restaurants can give their or offer their waste food to us, and we can deliver them to the people or the customers. So yeah, we take we offer the restaurants to the opportunity to give their waste food or sell them to the people.
Also,
Yes,
our app, sorry, also our app won't use as much money on the delivery. So we're like going to be cheaper on that side, but also more, aware of climate change and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the basic idea was first like the combination of Volt and Foodora and the app Rescue. Like it was the combination of those two, because Volt and Foodora offer on like new, like freshly made food, and Rescue offers like waste food. So it's like combination of those two.
Yeah, there's a follow-up question to that. Actually, I was just wondering, because I actually have used Rescue and it's a really great app, but it doesn't deliver, so it's a bummer. You have to go to the place and kind of like collect it. But then Foodora and Volt only deliver like fresh food. It's not like the Rescue food. So I like the idea that you guys are, like you said, combining both. But there's one question that I have, because actually Volt was founded by one of RTS alumni. So he's the current CEO of Volt. And I know that the Volt and Foodora, how they differ is the Volt product is really good. So the timing of like when your food is gonna come there, and they're not solely only actually focusing now on the food delivery, but also other markets, but the product is what makes Volt special. So how are you planning to develop a highly functioning app? Because it's pretty hard. I like the idea, it's a really good idea. And I could see that people would love the story behind it. Students creating a solution for food waste and delivering it, even like hiring students perhaps to be the ones that deliver it, and all the biking, everything. Like, I love it. But how do you develop the high functioning app? Because I think that's gonna be the biggest problem for you guys.
So our app also like offers the different language options, which I think will make us a good competitor on the market, because we want like people to be more independent, able to, order their food and get it. Just like you said, Rescue doesn't offer that service. So I think our customers will be happy with that. And yeah, also, just like you said, having students help on that, I think, our customers will be happy to know that they're putting into people in their own, community, their own youth. So I think this is how our app can, be a bit more special than others.
But how do you develop it? Like, how do you develop a highly functional app? Because I know that Volt and Foodora and those, they have like a big engineering team that works on the product. So who's going to work on the product? Who's going to work on the app so that the app works like it is highly functioning? Who's going to do that?
We haven't figured out it yet, but we have connections who might be able to do it. So yeah.
Like creating the app is like maybe the funding that we would get will go to creating the app and doing more research on that.
Yeah. Okay. But don't give up with the idea. I love it. And it's like so current. So be fast with it also. But yeah, I like it. But the app only, like if you get funding, just hiring the right people that can like do the app, and also maybe collaborating with Volt and such industries, because I know that they like helping students out. So that could be also one to get feedback from them when you're developing the app. But yeah.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much. The Q&A is over, so we have to go back. And yeah, thank you to the team so much. And I hope you had fun. And let's go back to Kelly.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Michelle, and thank you to SNR for that great pitch. And of course, thank you to the jury. Next up, we have Sensus from Helsinki. Enjoy.
In the past century, there has been a concerning upward spike for mental health that has been closely linked to the boom of social media. The sole reasoning for this is because social media uses your brain's reward center by releasing dopamine. Social media platforms are designed to be addictive and have been closely affiliated with mental health problems such as depression and anxiety. So this is where Sensus intervenes. We are currently developing an app that will support and assist individuals to improve their mental health. The user's therapist can also access this mood tracker with consent. This can help the therapist track and analyze their patient's moods a whole lot better. This can also be conducted as a new mode of communication. Our revenue and profit will be gathered through customizable ads. These personalized ads will be able to promote services or products that will potentially improve one's mental health. Or this can also be done through our step-by-step plan.
So step 1 of our plan. With the user's consent, we can access their phone's screen time and activities, which allows us to hypothesize a cause and effect relationship between how much time they spend on a certain app and how that affects their mood. So with this data, we can limit screen time that negatively affects their mental health and block triggering comments on social media posts that contain triggering words that the user has informed us about. Step 2. So additional functions may be based on the user's personalized data that we have gathered, thus allowing us to give them tips on how to improve their mental health. Step 3. So we will be offering exercises, games, or methods of therapy to improve the user's mental health by offering facial recognition games for people with autism or breathing exercises for people suffering from anxiety or depression. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. We will also be providing women with menstrual cycle trackers to identify their emotions, for example, PMS. So in the future, when our data gathering program becomes even more advanced, it could even predict upcoming mental breakdowns, which can help the user prepare for it or prevent it. Thank you for watching our video. We are Sensus.
Okay, hi to the team Sensus. Nice to have you here. And yeah, let's start with the Q&A for you. Wants to go first of the judges?
I can start. Hi everyone. It was a nice presentation, and I really like that you're tackling this mental health issue in regarding like social media. But I have a question regarding this app. It's like, how are you going to develop it, or is it together with like therapists, or I didn't really get that. Is it like meant for just regular people who have like maybe some mental health issues, and then they log into, or they go to your app, and then the app tracks like the person's movements, and based on that it gives suggestions? Or is there on the other side like a therapist or like someone who gives like clues or something that how they should improve to not be depressed or something like that?
Okay, so our app, it's meant for anyone who wants to improve their mental health. And at least for us, our target audience would be like young adolescents or teenagers, because based on our research, we have found that they're the ones who suffer most from poor mental health. And you mentioned like, how are we going to develop this app? Well, our plan is to like get investors involved so that we can hire a app developer, since Abigail and I can't really develop an app ourselves. But yeah, and Abigail, do you have anything to add on to this?
No, not exactly.
Yeah, I don't like remember the rest of the question. It was quite
Yes,
long.
or yeah, all right, sorry. So the follow-up question is like, are we going to do this together with some like who has like psychiatrist? I don't remember that what it's called in English, but like therapist or someone who has studied psychology in the like more medical field.
Okay, so we're like, the way that the therapists are going to be involved in this app is that we're going to have a mood tracker where the user can like input how they're feeling and stuff. So we can also like have access to like how much time they spend on certain apps, and we can see that after they like log off of that app, how their mood affects or is affected by that. And then the therapist, if the user consents to it, then the therapist can access the mood tracker and see like how their feelings are like across the day and stuff, because that also improves the patient-doctor relationship as well.
All right. Well, sorry for the other judges. I have to. I'm quite curious about this idea. So my follow-up question again here is that, will you somehow connect these therapists to the people who have mental health issues, or if you have some feeling, if you have some kind of like mental health issue kind of types, you have to first find the therapist, and then you can give the therapist access to the app.
Yeah, so we know that it's quite difficult for people to have access to therapists, and we haven't really thought that far or of like how we can give them access to therapy. But at least we know that if someone does have access to therapists, then the therapist can access their mood tracker from there. So that would be our plan.
All right, thank you.
Okay, one of the other judges wants to add something to that.
So I have a question about how you would monetize this. Would it be a subscription service, or would it be part of, somebody's therapy plan, and those charges would then be, charged through their insurance for their mental health services, or how do you guys plan to monetize this?
Okay, so our plan is to not have like a subscription plan, because we want everyone to have like access to good mental health, right? So how we're planning to monetize this is through ads, and we have two different types of ads that we're going to use. So the first one would be interstitial ads, which basically cover the whole screen and they're there for like 5 seconds, then you can click that off, and those earn $1 to $3 per ad. And then the second type of ad would be a video ad, which lasts 15 to 30 seconds, and they earn $5 to $10 per ad. And I did some calculations. So when we have a solid user base, probably of like 1,000 users, we're planning on showing 3 ads per day to them. And I calculated how much money we would earn in revenue per month, and it would be $210,000 to $480,000 per month if we have 1,000 users that see 3 ads per day. So yeah.
Great.
All right, thank you so much to the team and also to the jury. And yeah, that was the Q&A. So we go back to Kelly. Thank you.
Thank you, Sensus, for that great pitch, and thank you to the jury. Last but not least, we have Prithvi from Helsinki. After this, we'll take a quick 20-minute break. Enjoy.
Good day, everybody. I'm Sanjana and I'm 16 years old and I go to Rasu Upper Secondary School, and this is my team member Tanvi.
Hi, I'm Tanvi. I'm 16 years old and I go to Helsinki Suomalainen Yhteiskoulu. Today, we would like to pitch our business idea called Prithvi to you. Let's get started.
Our world is rapidly becoming unrecognizable. As psychologist Nathaniel Brandon said, the first step towards change is awareness. How can we take action on the climate crisis if we don't understand the severity of it, the real facts, the real problem? The older generation has failed, and it is the young who will pay in full.
So it is time to take the lead and start by comprehending what's going on with our planet today. Since children and young adults spend a lot of time on electronic devices and social media, we thought of incorporating this usage in a meaningful way. That is where our business idea, Prithvi, comes into play. Prithvi is an upcoming mobile application that is a collection of games and activities related to climate change. Its objective is to raise awareness about the climate crisis among young kids. We aspire to keep the content in our app up to date and relevant for the targeted age group. Our audience will be engaged with eco-facts and real-time data in the form of videos and user-friendly text. Our user here is Vismaya. She's greeted by a welcome page. On a world map, there's an information box for her attention, explaining the educational aspects of this game. Now her adventure begins. On the world map, she notices she can choose where she wants to begin playing from. There's a letter waiting for her here, giving some basic facts on the place she selected, in this case the Amazon rainforest. Note that the first step to conservation is appreciation, hence the first part of each level is to appreciate each place with a small puzzle. Once Vismaya completes level 1, she receives 5 coins. Coins are important to collect in case she needs to retry a level or even move to a different location on the map. On to level 2. There seems to be another letter waiting for her. She learns about the major problems in this location that harm the environment. And in level 3, she plays a crossword. This crossword will help her understand some difficult terms about climate change. We're breaking down climate science to its most basic key terms to help our audience better grasp what is going on in the world with the climate change. After this, we move on to level 4. Here, we will give our audience possible solutions to the environmental issue that can be applied in day-to-day life. To illustrate it, they will play a game of choices. Vismaya has reached the final level in this location. Here she is to complete a trivia challenge that tests her knowledge of what she may have learned playing the game. Vismaya is now brought back to the world map, where she can choose where to travel next.
Our target audience is children between the ages of 6 and 15. Since our product is an NGO, we plan to utilize the initial funding and income for these expenses.
We still require the expertise in developing the app, marketing and advertising, as well as issuing patents for our products.
Right, welcome to our last Q&A for today, and welcome to the team also. Great to have you here. And let's start with the Q&A for you. Who wants to go ahead? The judges.
Maybe I can go first. First of all, thank you for the pitch. It was really informative and really clear. And I think that you guys are onto something. And I like the age gap also, that a 6-year-old could play the game. My brother is actually 7 years old and he just started first grade. And I was thinking that, is the app or the game in Finnish also? And are you planning to have it like maybe in Swedish also? And what was the language aims with the game?
Well, initially, at least, we plan on making the app in English, since it could be applicable in many countries around the world. But maybe, since we are currently consulting a technician, so while we plan to be cooperating with the technicians, so we were thinking about also like including the possibility later to include other like language options, especially since we are from this app, like this app would be from Finland. So definitely we would be including Finnish and Swedish in the near future.
Yeah, just because I know that those kind of apps already exist in other countries, such as in England or in many other countries, I see that you guys would have a competitive advantage if it would be in Finnish, because you can then include it in other like schools and such. So I think that there would be like a great competitive advantage on that side, because English games already exist. But that could be something perhaps you could think of, that when you're doing the first version of the app, to translate it also in Finnish. I don't think it takes that much funding. If you get funding, like it doesn't take that much to get it in Finnish as well.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, one of the other ones has a comment or a question to the team.
Yeah, I actually have some questions. So thank you for your presentation. I loved how clear it was and how you actually went through the game process step by step. My question is also like, how are you gonna like sustain and maintain the app? Because like, so would you be continuously developing it and adding questions and tasks for it?
Yeah, that's part of our plan. We plan on continuously adding real-time data so that the data remains accurate and up to date in our app, and that is also included in our budget that we've thought of. So yeah.
Okay, and when you start developing the app and also when you publish it, was it so that it's a free app?
Yes.
Okay, and so do you plan that all the funding would then come from external funding?
Yes, or also from internal in the sense that we would be collecting our revenue from in-app purchases. For example, if a user would like to purchase coins to move further in the app, or through potential advertisements that that would be displayed in our application, or also in the future we were planning on selling eco-friendly merchandise, maybe with our name like branded on them.
That sounds nice. And my last question is, going forward with this, like, how would you market this? Like, do you already have some kind of marketing or like awareness plan in mind?
Yes, we already have created an Instagram account, and we plan on making a TikTok and Facebook account as well. And we have a landing page for our customers where they can learn more about this app.
And in the future, once we've collected enough funding, we would allocate part of this funding for advertising our application.
Okay, thank you for your answers.
Yeah, okay, maybe William still has the last question.
Yes, so can you tell me a bit how you came up with the idea? Because I find it really nice what you're doing.
Well, the climate crisis is such an important topic in today's world. And since children and young adults spend a lot of time on electronic devices and social media, we thought of incorporating this in a meaningful way by making an educational and entertaining game.
All right, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much to the team, and thank you for the judges. That was the last Q&A for today, and we give it back to Kelly, and then let's see who's gonna win this competition.
Thank you, Prithvi, for that awesome pitch, and of course, thank you to the jury. That was the last pitch of today, and we hope that you all had fun. And now it's time for the judges to deliberate on which teams enter the finals. While the judges make their decisions, students stay right where you are. I'd like to reflect with you together on your journey over the last couple of months. So, students, as I said, don't leave. We will have a reflection session in a moment, but viewers, we will see you here in 20 minutes. It seems like the judges have finished up with their deliberations, and now it is time to announce the winning teams of the third semifinal. In this episode, we had 7 pitches from the following 7 teams: Technology for the Arctic, Team Drip Drop, the Swap Market, and Urmus Rings from Helsinki, SNR from Helsinki, Sensus from Helsinki, and Prithvi from Helsinki. Thank you to all teams who have participated in this very tough competition, and thank you students for the reflection as well. You all did a fantastic job, and it was a pleasure to have you all here today. Like I said, I think that you all are winners. Before we announce the winner, it is time to hear some words from our judge, Nazanin Barapur, Deputy Public Affairs Officer at the U.S. Embassy in Helsinki.
Hi, everybody. First of all, I just want to thank everybody for your participation. As Kelly said, you all are winners in our eyes. It is not easy to get up in front of a panel of judges and pitch your competition in a language that is not your native language for some, and you all did a fantastic job. We were blown away by your innovative ideas and your entrepreneurial spirit and your creativity. On behalf of the embassy, I want to thank my fellow judges and Tribe Tampere and Kelly for their involvement in this program. And we look forward to announcing the winners shortly. But in general, you know, the ones that were chosen, it was very hard to pick a winner, but we had to look at the whole picture. And the ones that were chosen to go on to the finals had really they were able to communicate their ideas clearly, had great market potential, and viable products. So thank you all for your participation. Don't give up on your dreams. Keep continuing to innovate and create and stick with your products. And we look forward to seeing those of you that advance in the finals. And we look forward to being able to, you know, see all your apps in the App Store and your products online soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Nazanin. The jury has now chosen 3 teams that will compete in the finals. And the teams that are going to the finals are Team Drip Drop from Helsinki, Urmus Rings from Helsinki, and SNR from Helsinki. Congratulations, you made it to the finals. That was the 3rd semifinal of the American Entrepreneurial Challenge 2021 online competition. We hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to check out our Instagram and Snapchat at AEC Finland. Thank you all for being with us today. Enjoy the rest of your evening and see you next time.